Hello.
We were just looking at the spoilers.
Yeah, there were. We were going through the pile of spoilers that came out earlier.
There was too many to probably go over on stream today, but if you haven't seen them yet,
yeah,
pretty cool stuff. Leia's awesome.
We got new favorite characters, right? Like, because there's people out there where like Boskar IG-88 is your favorite character, Boba Fett, Leia, somebody like R2D2. There's new versions of all these characters, which is pretty sick in my opinion.
Yeah, very exciting.
Boshek. Dave,
My
I know
favorite.
you're excited about seeing a Boshek. Boshek was playable in the Star Wars CCG, the Decipher one, because Boshek had ability 4, which meant he could draw Battle Destiny. At one point, locally, we referred to people as ninjas. Okay. The premise of the ninjas is that they show up, they get to draw Battle Destiny, and so that meant they had a chance to like use attrition against opponent, which is like a way to get rid of opponents' units in the Star Wars card game. So if like somebody was just sitting around, Boshek shows up and is like, "How do you do?" and then they kill each other, but that's fine. Like you're just trying to get rid of problems. So yeah, so
Thank you for that Prime.
my boy Brew, brand new Prime. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
It's sick to see some support there. Thanks.
We got Tambor versus Jin today in Track Factor.
And this is a fight to see who was nerfed the least.
Yeah, both these decks got hit pretty hard with the bans.
They were...
Tambor had Waylay and Barrage, of course.
Surprise Strike,
and Forlom.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Jin, and Hotshot Blaster.
Yeah. Jin lost Hotshot, Wrecker, Plo, Surprise Strike. There were some Waylays in the sideboard. There's one other main deck one that the deck lost. I can't think of right now. But both of them got hammered, completely hammered.
And the winner of this gets to face Leia.
Yeah. The buzzsaw that's Leia.
We might be specifically sideboarding and building for that matchup. Even though I don't think that necessarily will help either of these decks, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, not the fun kind of hammered.
Yeah, bad kind of hammered. Hammered, parentheses, bad.
After seeing Leia the other day, I was just like, holy frick, man. Like, I don't know what you do. You gotta play harder control, I suppose. Run out of resources. Which I don't think either of these... Well, maybe... I don't know. I
think red and
maybe
yellow could, right?
Yeah, maybe it could.
You, I mean, Spark...
Got some advice for me for this match? Gimme. Hit me with it.
I'm excited to see
Is Spark
this.
too slow for dealing with Leia stuff?
I don't think so. If you Spark turn one, you Spark turn one and get their turn one play, and then you just win. All right, excellent advice. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I think the traditional Twitch emote to pair with that type of advice is forehead.
Just win, forehead.
Feels like Jen needs to switch base colors. I think red's still fine. You have a 9.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
I got a 7.
I'm leaning more toward not switching base colors, and if they won. Not to say that I won't do that. Hello.
You got the initiative if you want it.
Yes, I do. Okay.
Watch all your YouTube stuff. First time catching you guys live. Fave video is Han versus Tarkin preset 3.
Okay.
Going for Watts. Here. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Han versus Tarkin. Was that the off-meta nonsense?
It must have been. It must have been. I'll play a Coruscant guard.
I will play a Jin Urso.
Take initiative.
I will pass here. Off-meta nonsense.
Hit you for 3.
I'm gonna play Wing Leader. We're gonna buff Jin.
I'm gonna no good to be dead, Jin.
I'll take initiative.
Pass. That's too much damage saving to not do that, I think. I have no idea which of the new pilots are good and which aren't, and it's amazing. Yeah, I don't. We'll have to just see how pilots play in practice, right?
Yeah, yeah. So when they said that confiscate could defeat leader pilots, I was like, okay, and because they said it was like for balance. So here's the thing: there's a lot of pilots.
Mm-hmm. And you can only play 3.
You can only play 3 confiscates, right?
Deadly Fangfire, though.
Yeah, Fang Fighter's looking better. Power, whatever the thing is, Power Siphon is a tactic, interestingly, that you can go get with What's-Her-Face, Steela. New set, spoilers just feel like bomb, they're bombing you. Wrinkle my nose, a very few of them so far. Yeah. Most of the cards don't seem like unplayable, right? Aggression gets better, right? Aggression defeats 2 upgrades. Okay, Winged Leader. Let's go hit the base for 2.
Play Crafty Smuggler.
I am going to play a Wolf Pack Escort. I will bounce the Wing Leader.
I'm gonna breaking in the guard into Jin.
Okay. I am going to play an Ezra.
I'll take initiative.
I will pass.
It's only ground units for Wolfpack.
You may turn a friendly non-leader, non-vehicle unit. Oh!
Once again, does not read the card. Let's leave that in play, I guess.
It's just in play. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
No, you are not mistaken.
Classic Nathan. Not reading cards.
Non-leader, non-vehicle unit. So
I'm breaking in Ezra.
Oh! I will attack you for 2. I would have probably played the turn slightly differently, but
I'll play Cobb Vanth. Well, you could have read the card, and then you could have decided to play differently.
Your manager is going to go word after this production. I don't want to get into it live.
I'll deploy Tambor.
I don't want to get into it live. But guess whose manager is getting a sternly worded letter after all this? I'm going to play K2.
I'll hit you for 3.
I will take initiative.
Pass. I can't imagine reading.
I'm going to have K2 beat through the Crafty Smuggler and trample for 2.
Bazinga.
I have a red 3, a Wolfpack Escort, and open fire.
Let's get the open fire.
Oh, I guess I could have genned for that attack.
Sure.
Sorry. I think that's the first time I've actually used her ability.
Fine.
I will play red 3.
I'll have Watt fight K2 and buff Cobb.
Okay. I will hit you. You have 2 cards in hand?
Yes.
I'll hit you for 3.
That
was your attack.
Yeah.
Let's So have this fleet lieutenant have the wing leader hit you for 4/5 with red 3.
Okay. I'll hit you for 5 with Cobb.
Wolfpack escort's gonna attack you for 3.
I'll play an infiltrating demolisher. I'll sack Sabine.
I will deploy Urso.
I'll take initiative.
Urso is gonna hit you for 5.
All right.
I'll pass. Resource nothing here, I think.
I am dead.
I die.
I am died.
Yeah. Rebels.
Yeah, rebels.
Rebels
stuff. It's just
let's hear it for our brave Mujahideen fighters. I dedicate this victory to them. I don't think. I'm so confident I'm not sideboarding.
okay. Great.
Ban the rebel keyword.
I may have not made that time.
I would like to think that one day the other factions will have as much synergy as rebels. It's the rebel curve, right? That's the thing about it. I remember when we were first playing this game, one of my coworkers was complaining that the Imperials get their guy that gives +2 in attack and he costs 2. He was like, why does the rebel one have to cost more? But it turns out that it's better, right? It's better for your guy to
you
be
play
slightly
the turn
bigger
after also your first deploy turn.
Yes,
so like
yes.
it's
So
a little
just
less
better.
awkward.
Yeah.
It's better stat wise.
Yep. It sets up the rebel assault blowout on the following turn.
So rebels are the goblins of Star Wars. That's true.
I need a rebel guide. The guy that's on the tower at the binoculars at Yavin 4. That guy. If he attacks your opponent.
Because has haste or whatever.
Yeah.
Lets me draw a card.
You reveal the top card of your deck, and if it's a base, you get to draw it.
If it's a base.
The 35 health base.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting territory. Are we going to get more 35 health bases with downsides? I cannot imagine a 35 health base.
I guess like
You
blue, it makes more sense for there to be a 35
You-
health base. Maybe it's just like a set of rare bases that have some sort of
Could have some
effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have a 20 health red base that says
with a benefit.
yeah, with some sort of crazy benefit.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. I don't know.
It would have to be really, really crazy.
Yeah, and there's a the thing is the rebel legions are swelling. It's like A New Hope, where we're seeing all kinds of support for the rebels that we didn't see in the previous 2 movies.
It's like at the end of episode 9 where everyone shows
shows
up
up for some reason
in space, then you're like, oh, where did these people come from? It's just like that.
Defeat a unit that costs 3 or less. That's basically what Tarkin Town says, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
But with upside. I will keep this. You get resourced, and then I have no idea what. And then what?
Didn't make it to the end of episode 9.
I can't blame you.
Yeah.
Episode 9 is really bad. Regardless of what anybody else will try to tell you, episode 9 is really bad.
Separatist Commando.
I'll play Jin.
Take initiative.
I'll pass. Dang it. Resource the wrong card.
Droid Commando.
Red 3.
Buff the Separatist Commando.
Take initiative.
Nature for 4. Pass.
I'm gonna wing leader Red 3.
I swear to frick, man.
It's like Overwhelming Barrage, Waylay are gone out of the format, and it's just it is game on. This card is better now. You got the flu, maybe COVID in the last hour of episode 9. I felt like shit. My wife is a nurse and asked me what was wrong because I was sweating my ass off. I thought she meant the movie, and my reply was, "This sucks. This sucks." Yeah.
I'll play On the Doorstep.
Let's blast you for 5.
I'll blast you for 4.
I will play a Wolfpack Escort. This guy's pretty good. This guy's pretty good.
Motherfucker.
You space flying piece of shit. I will take initiative.
2, 3. And pass. Spacefaring motherfucker.
It's the one place untainted by capitalism.
Space. Okay.
All right. Hit you for 5.
Traitorous.
Yikes. Hit you for 2.
That's saving like 10 damage. Future turns. I'll hit you for 4.
I will attack you for 2.
I'll hit you for 1.
The predicament. The predicament. All right. I'm gonna smuggle in Cassian.
Hit you for 1.
All right. Cassian to the dome. 17. Yeah, sure. Cassian to the dome.
Attack Cassian. I guess that does kind of mess up the Watt ability. I could just take initiative there, actually. Let's take initiative.
Okay. I'll pass.
I'll play your favorite boy, O.C. Sobek. Capture Cassian.
Deploy Gen.
I'll hit you for 4.
Wing Leader Jin.
Hold you for 5.
6 to your base.
Buff a droid.
Attack you for 2.
Attack you for 3.
I don't have a surprise strike.
Yeah, I was like, I'll lose the surprise strike. But that's not a thing.
As you know.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it. You
okay.
Got it. You lost to traitors. Alright, we'll see about that. We'll see about that, smart guy. I think I lost because I resourced the wrong card there, honestly. Oh. Get out of here. Get out of here. I've seen 4 of you in 2 games and have not played them yet, so... Guess what? You're out the door.
Eddie gets a treat. Oh, you heard that. A treat? Yeah. You come up. There you go. Delicious. Clunky soft bakes, chicken recipe.
I resourced an open fire.
Oh,
I had a choice. So my opening hand, I had Jin, Wing Leader, Open Fire, Spark Rebellion, Daring Raid, and I don't know how many cards I just said. Oh, Cassian. Okay. So I resourced Cassian, and then I got to decide between the Open Fire. Jin, I have to keep Jin, right? In my head, I think I can keep Jin and Daring Raid, and Spark, because I play, if you don't kill Jin, I can Wing Leader Jin and buff and swing. If you kill Jin, there's a chance that I can Daring Raid your dude and then also Spark you. And so I resourced the Open Fire. I wish I had kept the Open Fire, so that I could finish off one of his dudes, because you were essentially an attack ahead on me in that game.
This isn't the Simpsons TCG game. Was there a Simpsons game? I mean, I assume there was.
Yeah, there's a game for everything at some point or other. So with combo stock cards and mechanics, you're thinking of things like GI or Han and DJ. I think that, so I mean, technically there's a one turn, like you can kill people in this game with a crazy convoluted combination of cards like Mahdi, Admiral Trench, Sandhill, plus some other dudes. You can create like an infinite combo. I think I prefer that stuff stay at the very limits of the game. I don't want the game to become that. I think I much prefer the game where people are interacting. I think the dual lane nature means that you're kind of like incentivized not to interact with your opponent in some matchups, but I think that's fine. That's like a strategic choice. I think I would prefer the people smashing into each other. Like limited for this game. At one point, I would have said that limited and constructed were about the same amount of fun. I think limited is actually more fun for this game than constructed is right now. And I like, if every game was just like mid-range decks versus mid-range decks, I would be like happy.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Like I would love for a game to exist in that kind of faction, but a system, but I understand that like aggro decks have to exist and control decks have to exist. I do wish you had combo decks that would just punish the hyper control decks, right? Where like I like combo decks that like put a timer on the opponent where it's like you need to be putting some sort of forward pressure before this time. So Zanyo decks boils on make sure you can counter the tech DJ, so every game kind of feels similar against it. So I would say combos are fine but less powerful. You're at McDonald's if anybody needs anything.
10 McNuggets, please.
This and that.
That's it.
The Nug bucket.
When you're against Han Yellow, it boils down to making sure you can counter the Tech DJ, so every game kind of feels similar against it. So I would say combos are fine, but less powerful. Yeah.
The McFlurry machine working. I will play Jin.
Play Bazine.
I have a wing
Show
leader.
me that MF wing leader. Get that shit out of here.
I'll take initiative.
Pass.
I'll play wing leader. MFs hate it when you hit them with their own move. I'll tell you that. MFs hate it when you hit them with their own move.
Cobb.
Take 5.
I'll take initiative.
Pass. For mid-range battle, like tribal strategies, especially in Commander, and hope that more tribes will be good as rebels are already. Yeah, I do think like fringe is a keyword that has literally no support whatsoever, right? You can make the same argument about First Order and also Resistance. Like they're not really kind of clearly fleshed out at all.
I'm breaking into Jin.
Okay. Oh, boom.
This is not a surprise strike. This card is not surprise strike.
It is not. No.
It's not.
It's so not surprise strike. Because
really
Bazine there, surprise striking again, way better.
I could have done that last turn.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to do that. But no. Gotta get a thing. I'll get Crafty Smuggler.
Okay. I'm going to play red 3.
I'll buff Bazine.
I'll attack you for 2. 3. Attack you for 3.
I'll shoot for 3.
Mando Tribe, a little buff would be awesome. Mando Fleet Commander. I mean, Survivor's Gauntlet's really good. Survivor's Gauntlet actually gets more interesting the next set. Survivor's Gauntlet can move pilots around on ships. So being able to like move Chewbacca around, being able to there's that Imperial pilot that is a Sentinel, which I think is a decent card because suddenly a vehicle is a Sentinel and it's like cheaper than Protector. It's cheaper than like any other way to make something Sentinel right now. So
Everyone Barrage is like the only answer to space shit for yellow green villain.
I think so. Yeah, because like, your spaceships are so bad.
Yeah, that's it.
Until the next set, I guess. I will play a Wolfpack Escort.
Crafty Smugs.
Just threw him away. Tired of looking at him.
Using this card because the
Oh yeah, gotcha. I'll take initiative.
Pass. Yep. Will these cards do anything? I guess this. What's not in a good spot?
Also, indirect damage hurts looking time. That's kind of dope. Well, yeah, because it can't be prevented, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. The more this plays out, the more I feel like Watt may have taken the biggest hit so far from the bans.
Yeah, R2 can be played as the first pilot, and then you can play another pilot on him, or you can play him on an already piloted ship. I asked Nathan the same question before the stream. Funny enough,
it's like weird, but that R2 is also free to pilot. Free. And like with Nien Num, that's like a huge that's like +2 or whatever, right? You can actually I think you could probably play. You could have like a crazy early. Was it red leader, blue leader, red leader? All the one that's got -1 for every pilot you control. The spaceship.
One of them, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Han 2, like Red Han, right? Like you could put a spaceship into play on the cheap.
Drop them the new spoilers in the Discord. We'll look at them after this game.
You could play them on the cheap and then start filling it up with stuff, right? All right. Our Red 3 is going to attack you for 3.
All right. I'll run Barrage and kill stuff. JK.
Drop 2 more cards.
I'll play a super laser attack.
I will play an Alliance X-Wing.
Droid to play. I'll overwhelm you with actions.
I'm going to play Heroic Resolve on the Wolfpack Escort.
I'll simply play more worse guys. I'll attack you for 2.
I will hit you for 3.
I'll deploy Watt.
I am going to have the Wolfpack Escort use the Heroic Resolve action to get +4. So I'll hit you for 7.
Hit you for 3.
I will take initiative.
Hit you for 1.
This is outrageous. It's unfair.
I agree, Anakin.
All right. I will attack you for 3. Gladiator Star Destroyer.
I'll attack.
Yes, Edward.
I'll attack you for 2.
Can you already see the dog attacking me? Nah, he's coming. I'll attack for 3.
My out is you not attacking me with the stuff you have on the board. Okay, so like I could, if somehow Super Laser Tech dies, I can play Cad Bane and he rescues me.
Yeah, but you need
I need another thing,
yeah.
and I have no way to interact with my own guy. I need like Infiltrating Demolisher last turn instead of the droid deployment.
Yeah,
would have been great.
Yeah, because then you'd be out 7. You could just clean out space. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he did send the doggo after me.
Sick 'em,
boy.
Terrible.
Bang.
Horrible.
Jin's
too powerful.
Wing leadering your 2-drop and playing Red 3.
Well, what's she gonna do against Leia, who does the same thing?
Yeah,
but better.
But probably better. Because she comes out a turn. I mean, like Jin comes out a turn after Leia.
We'll see. I mean, Red Leader might get a ban because Jin's gonna take a ban from her deck, and Leia's gonna take a ban from her deck.
Yeah.
I don't think that makes Leia any worse against Jin, probably. But there's that for the future rounds.
Ban Rebels.
Okay. Jin obliterates Tambor. If I had her one Barrage, I'll tell you what. Wing Leader probably could eat a ban.
Well, Wing Leader's like more powerful now, right?
Yeah.
Because the better removal is gone.
Wing Leader just sits and does 2 the whole time.
Yeah.
Or 3, because Red 3 is also unkillable.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay.
Well, where are the spoilers? Let's go take a look. We gotta fill some time. I don't want to get back on the road right now.
What do we got here? We got whom?
Oh, it's Rose's sister.
Oh, Paige Tika. Okay. So 2 for a 3/2 unit. Piloting for 2. Attached unit gains on attack. Give an experience token to this unit, then deal 1 damage to it. It's +2/+2.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Interesting.
Uncommon. Okay. All right.
It's also good with Obi-Wan, right? That's kind of the interesting thing about a lot of the stuff that we've seen, like being able to put Paige Tico on like a restored arc 170, right?
Yeah.
That's just kind of aggressive.
Red Squadron X-Wing. 3 for 3/4. When playing, you may deal 2 damage to this unit if you do draw a card.
Ooh! Wow.
That's good in Obi-Wan.
That's an incredible
That's just a
card.
good card. Oh, man.
Incredible card.
That's really good, right? Rose Synergy.
Yeah. I mean, this card's just good,
I feel
right?
like that card's insane.
I think this card's just good.
I think it's crazy. Good for a 35 HP base.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's a real good card. It's balanced, in my opinion.
It is, yeah. All right, let's scroll back up a little bit. Let's take a look at...
Yeah.
Let's just go back to the top here. We're talking about Bocek. I don't care about Rose and Fleet. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding.
You're bullying Rose out of the stream.
I'm so excited about this Rose leader, guys. She can heal 2 damage from that.
I don't clearly she's like designed for this set, right?
For like limited, maybe.
Yeah. I think Obi-Wan demonstrated that healing your units is fairly powerful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And so she's obviously very, very good with ambush.
Mm-hmm.
You play something, it takes something out, and then you get to heal it, right? So you get a lot of value. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, will the game be at a state where your onboard value matters?
I mean, it would more with the beefy as hell ships that have pilots in them, I guess, sort of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Potentially.
Because stuff's gotta get, like, you gotta kill stuff, right? You can't just let like a 7 power thing sit around, right?
Yeah.
You have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So
look at Bocek. 3 for 3/4. When played as an upgrade, discard 2 cards from your deck. Return each of those cards with an odd cost to your hand. It pilots for 2. So what you do is you play your Han leader, new Han leader, right? You play a bunch of odd costing things, but you play even costed pilots. So on your even turns, you're piloting. On your odd turns, you're playing ships and units that are odd.
Yes.
Theoretically. And actions, right?
Yeah.
It's all odd in the starter deck. Okay.
Yeah. Did they show this flip side? Yes, they did show this flip side of Rose. Rose is a 4/6 that says on attack heal 2 from a vehicle. So there's no limit on her flip side.
Yeah, it's just
so
she gets to play 5 for 4/6, which is something.
Which I think is an aggressive stat line. So this
R2?
R2, very simplistic R2. However, I think this card is very good.
Pilots for 0. And gives it +1/+1, and you can have 2 pilots on something.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of cards that like get bonuses per pilots too.
They changed it from never tell me the odds to show me all the odds, right?
Make your own luck.
Yeah.
What else do we got here? This TIE Bomber is a 2-cost 04 and does 3 indirect damage on attack. Great target for pilots. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
It's beefy. It's probably not going to die the first turn. You slap pilot on that guy. Swing in.
Yeah, so from what I understand, the pilot traits do not count, right? So if you put a force pilot on a ship, you do not have a force unit. You have a force upgrade. Now, there are some cards that do refer to traits on upgrades, and so the Starfighter, the Padawan Starfighter says if you control a force unit or a force upgrade, right? So the Padawan Starfighter is a card that got better now, because there's like, you can just put like Anakin on it or whatever.
And immediately gets beefed up. IG-88. New IG-88.
Yeah, I mean, a 7/5 for 5 is fairly attractive on the ground.
Yeah, it's probably pretty easy to have damaged enemy units in play, right?
Yeah.
And then the piloting is 2 cost, and it can give it +3/+0.
Yeah, which is aggressive.
+3/+3 total if there does an enemy unit damage, which is super aggressive and probably pretty insane.
Very aggressive. I mean, that's kind of the thing about the pilots that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Is that like a lot of them are just really good value for their upgrade cost. And so if your opponent doesn't have a clean answer to them, then you can just get a lot of damage in.
A Dagger Squadron pilot. This is a Rebel.
Yeah, it costs 1.
Pilots for 1 for +2/+1 for 1. Pretty good value.
Yeah, I can't complain about that. Yeah. I think.
We love this First Order Stormtrooper as well.
Yeah,
another when defeated the ability.
Yeah, our red blue Thrawn deck is looking more and more sweet all the time.
Yeah,
this is a guy you can deploy with Krennic on turn 1.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what was going on with the art on that
The Dagger Squadron?
Dagger Squadron pilot. I just don't like... Maybe it's just a crappy scan. I mean, obviously this is like a picture of it. Somebody took with their phone.
That's the dude. It's the dude who's got the headsets on, right?
Yeah.
From Return of the Jedi. There's a guy who has like big green earmuffs on. He's got just huge green. He's got like
just kind of silly looking.
Yeah.
Mando. Double yellow aspect, and when played as a unit, exhaust up to 2 ground units. That's pretty sick.
Which is yeah. I think this card is like something, right?
Yeah, and pilots +3/+1 for 2. It does not have double yellow aspect on the piloting cost, and it exhausts an enemy unit in the arena you play it in. So that's pretty good, I think. +3/+1 is just a bunch of stats for 2, right?
Yeah, he doesn't have to be mono yellow, but he's got mono yellow abilities. So it's funny. I'm way more excited about this card than I am the legendary Mando, right?
Yeah, I mean it's just better.
Yeah,
it's simply better. It's more versatile. The legendary Mando is like, if your deck isn't specifically doing one thing, it's not that good. Let me see this. Let's see this Leia.
But she's pretty good.
3 for 3/4, restore 1, and when play you may attack with a pilot unit or a unit with a pilot on it. It gets +1/+0 and gains restore 1 for this attack. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, so she's like another fleet leader, right?
Action economy. She's a 3/4 great stat unit. She has restore 1, which is relevant. She gives the attacking thing plus damage and restore.
Yeah.
Good.
It's a very good card.
She's an official.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. No notes. IG 2000.
Bounty hunter ships.
Django loves this. One simple guy. 3/4 overwhelm ship. It's a transport. Deal 1 damage to each of up to 3 units.
Yeah.
They don't have to be damaged.
So your opponent you've been doing indirect damage to your opponent, and they've been keeping their guys 1 away from dead. And then you play this card, and then you just clean up the board, right?
Yeah, you have to like be really careful about where you're putting your indirect damage because of stuff like that.
Yeah.
You need to like just take some base damage, which again, that sucks too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at Houndstooth, this Bosk ship. When attacking an exhaust unit that didn't enter play this phase, this unit deals combat damage before the defender. So it's like a Boba Fett unit-esque ability.
Yeah, it's a 4/3 for 3 too in space, so it's kind of a beat stick.
Pretty good, yeah. It probably just dies to a lot of stuff on the attack.
The problem is like 7th Fleet Defender. Like you got to do a lot of work to replace 7th Fleet Defender.
Yeah.
So I think that I guess it combos with the Bosk pilot because Bosk taps down the ship, right? So.
Boba Fett. New Boba Fett. 5/4 shielded unit, which is just good.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Pilots for 2. When playing as upgrade, you may deal 1 damage to a unit. If attached unit is a transport, you may deal 2 damage instead. It's pretty damn good. And it's +2/+3.
Yeah. So there's this old card called Commission from the second set that I think is looking a lot better.
To find a transport or bounty hunter or whatever.
Yeah, it was Houndstooth transport.
It was. Yes, I think.
Was IG 2000 it?
Sure was.
That's transport. Yeah, look at that. Like Commission goes and gets all of these cards, right? Now, obviously, you can't play the green with all the rest of the stuff, but still.
We got this here droid or vehicle sideboard card. Deal 2 damage to it and exhaust it.
Yep.
If it's droid or vehicle.
Just situationally a good card. It's a tactic. You can get it with Stila, so.
Commandeer. Take control of a non-leader vehicle unit that costs 6 or less without a pilot on it. If you do, ready it. At the start of the next regroup phase, return that unit to its owner's hand.
Yeah, so more situational, targeted change of heart, costs 1 less, is a trick, so you can combo it with the Jabba from the first set. Jabba can go and get this. This kind of like encourages you to have pilots. I like that cards like this exist, where you get blown out if you're not playing pilots.
It's really good, I think.
Yeah.
Because you can like rip a vehicle out from underneath someone that's about to pilot it, right? And it returns to their hand, and you get it even if they've already activated that turn.
Yeah.
So I think that card is potentially pretty good.
Yeah. Just imagine that against like Avenger, right?
Yeah.
Like
isn't it 6 or less? Yeah,
6 or less. Okay.
So
you can't do it against Avenger.
You can't take a Imperial or Capital ship. I guess you can take some of the Capital ships. It'd be really good against like Raider and whatnot.
Shuttle Tidarium.
2/4 for 3. Discard a card from your deck. If it has an odd cost, you may give an experience token to another unit. You built your deck so that you only ever discard odd costs from your deck, so pretty good on attack ability.
Yeah.
It is another unit, so you do have to have something else in play, but not terrible, not terrible. And then we're at the top of the list.
Yeah, there you go.
That's all of the spoilies.
Yeah, I think all those cards, not the Rose support cards, but all the cards that we just covered, that's the remainder of the starter decks. So yeah, I think that's the those starters seem fun to play against each other. So
How much does the new Devastator cost? 8, right?
New Devastator costs 8. Yeah,
And it does 4 indirect damage when it comes into play.
yes.
And was you direct indirect damage?
You get to decide where indirect damage goes.
Pretty good, I think. Pretty good. Okay.
And that you could do like a Piet capital ships deck because Piet will let you play that Devastator for cheaper. So
Piet, I think, has got some.
Piet, I can
juice.
imagine some gnarly Piet Twin Suns decks.
Yeah. Can you peanut butter spread indirect damage, or does it have to go to one target? You can spread it around.
Yeah.
You can do 1 to base, 1 to this unit, 1 to this unit.
Yeah.
100 yellow is going to have like a bunch of like R2D2. There's 3 of those. You got
Yeah.
3 Hans or 3 Millennium Falcons now.
Yep. New Leias, new Falcons, new R2D2s. So
like Piet can make the Devastator come out on
Piet Blue
6
with
if he
redemption
is-
to cancel out the aspect penalty if this is deployed. Yeah.
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 Because if Piet's deployed, then capital ships got 2 less, so you could play it for 6, and you could like ramp up 1 turn also. So Piet just has to live to that turn, I guess, or you could deploy him on 6 and then play it.
Yeah.
You can get it out pretty aggressively, for sure.
Yeah, I mean Piet's like probably one of the best resupply leaders in the game.
Yeah, I mean, imagine like
You resupply. You don't even have to deploy Piet. If you resupply, you can play the Raider on the next turn.
that's just oh boy, that's just crazy. That's wild.
So
Yeah, me too. I'm ready to be able to play Devastator reliably. The exponential amount of possibilities of the existing card base. Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna get. Yeah, I mean, the most fun time is like when the set comes out, right? Right as the set comes out, before the fun police show up, before your Django Tarkin Town show up.
Yeah,
and,
we're gonna be having fun then. We're gonna be brewing all the heroes like we do.
Yeah, yeah. And then the fun police will show up,
and then it's over, and we'll make a gauntlet, and we'll be miserable again.
Yeah, we'll try the Forge. I'll be screaming at Justin. I'll be insulting various aspects of Justin's personhood. And I don't mean that stuff. It's just that's when I'm attacking because it's in front of me and I'm hurt. I'm hurt by the meta.
Yep.
So
maybe something will change between now and then too.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, maybe Eddie.
Maybe Cadme Tarkin Town loses to getting a Devastator dropped on it every game.
It could. I don't know.
It's possible. It's very possible. All right, thanks for watching, y'all.
The problem is that like the Raider can trade into Devastator.
Right.
That's the thing.
No,
is,
you're
like,
taking the fun police.
no, I'm sorry. It's the fun. Who's outside the door? Is that the fun police?
It's the fun police.
It's the fun police. We gotta go.
Wee-oo.